We're here in Florence, Italy. It's at the Road World Championships, and we're after the time trials, so it's a training day for the road races, talking with Jacques Landry, High Performance Director for Team Canada. Jacques, in this post-Olympic year, can you give us a bit of an overview for Canada, what the expectations are and what's been achieved so far this year on the road?
Well, so far on the road, being a post-Olympic year, we toned down a bit of the program, just gearing up for the next quad leading into Rio. Obviously, our focus, and we've said that from the start, has been we're going to start focusing a bit more on track endurance, using the road to solidify our track endurance squads. So less of a program this year, but we'll be ramping it up next year again with the same philosophy of building up our depth on the track endurance side. We've had some good performances over the course of the season. However, on the road, when you look at the Tour de Beauce, the Gatineau race, we have also with Tour of Alberta on the docket now. That's a really good event to develop our athletes as well, and not to mention the World Tour races, with some good performances there. So this season has been a bit shorter or less packed, but nonetheless, we're gearing up still with a big focus on Rio.
Now, I guess one of the questions was, one of those big performances you're alluding to was David Veilleux winning a stage, taking the yellow jersey in Dauphiné, but then announcing his retirement at Quebec City World Tour race. I mean, that's got to be a big blow, because I think he's obviously one of the, or was considered one of the big names for the future.
Oh, definitely. I mean, it's a blow on the sporting side. I mean, we've considered that a bit hard to take, but on a personal level, I can't help but understand his motivations to go all out and continue his schooling and continue with another career. So I think as far as I'm concerned, from what I can see, he's possibly reached his objectives as a cyclist, road cyclist, having done the Tour, the Dauphiné performances. And he's ready to move on, but definitely for us, it's a bit of a blow. But hey, we'll roll with that punch.
And one of the other questions was, there's been some controversy, some chatter about how Canada had 3 spots for the elite men's road race, but only selected 2 riders. Can you talk a bit to that, the why the decision, and did you look at other riders? Obviously, David Veilleux would have been a choice, except he's retired, and Ryder Hesjedal declined. Were there other options?
Well, as you mentioned, those 2 names were definitely in the would have been riders, athletes that we would have selected for these worlds. But we've said this from the get-go, and it's been like this for the last 4 or 5 years, where it's not because we have a certain amount of quota spots that we have to fill them. We will fill them with athletes that we feel are going to be competitive on the type of course. So basically, again, it's picking the best horse for the course. We figured that there's only 2 guys right now that can actually ride this course and be competitive in it, and it's just a question of choosing the best rider for the type of profile that we have for the race. So again, we're thinking high performance here. We're not thinking participation, and right now there's 2 riders that can actually do fairly well on this course. Obviously, had Ryder decided to compete, we would have probably fielded 3 athletes and 2 to support Ryder in this race. But that not being the case, there's only 2 now that can actually ride this.
And last question, talk a little bit to the course here, and what sort of races you expect that we're going to see. Who it's going to favor?
Well, if you're looking at overall, I mean, there's a lot of people talking Gilbert, Sagan. Given Sagan's performances last Sunday in Montreal, I mean, he's definitely on form when you look at that. So for us, it's going to be on the men's side. It's just going to be a race where they just wait, try and conserve as much energy as possible, and then it starts getting aggressive in the last hour as per typical World Championships. But on the women's side, we definitely have some good contenders as well that have been riding really well this year. So again, that'll be a bit more of a race where we'll have to be a bit more aggressive on the women's side. And as you know, and as fans of road cycling would know, on the U23 and junior side of things, it's just basically blocks, fast out from the blocks, and it's a hold-on type festival. So we'll see how our junior women and U23 and junior men fare. But really, it's going to be a tough course for everybody, and that's good.
Thanks very much.
Thank you.